What's happening, boys and girls? I am the Anthromello, and welcome back to Today in Gaming. This is for the week ending in August 18th. That's today, isn't it? So, we have a little bit to cover from the last week. Not really too much, but some things of interest that we are going to go over. So, We Happy Few, that really creepy British game that's set back in, I don't know what time period, but where all the people are taking like joy and whatever. It looks really fantastically creepy. It's been in early access for a while now. It actually finally got a firm release date. The release date that it is going to be coming out is going to be April 13th of 2018 of next year. So cool to look forward to seeing that come out at that point. Hopefully it gets to be super polished. And I mean, I haven't really seen or heard anything from it since it went to early access. Other people have played it and said it was okay because it kind of delves into like a weird kind of open world quest is ish whatever kind of gameplay after that. But I'm excited to see it because I just love the creepy aesthetic of it all. The next thing we want to talk about is that the new Sonic game came out called Sonic Mania, and it is a throwback to previous Sonic titles in that it's 2D and has a lot of the different platforming aspects like a traditional platform or a traditional Sonic game would. And apparently, it's really good. It is holding something like an 83 or something like that on Metacritic right now. I haven't checked it in a little while, but it is overwhelmingly positive is the consensus, which is crazy because, in case you haven't noticed, we have not gotten a good Sonic game, like a decent Sonic game, since like the Dreamcast. That's how long it's been. It's been over a decade, almost probably 15 years. I consider Sonic Adventure a good game. It was fun, all right. Don't mess with my nostalgia. But I mean, if you haven't tried it out yet, try it out. It looks tremendous. I really need to get into it for nostalgia purposes and because it looks fun. So next story we're going to talk about is that, well, it happened. Crackdown 3 got delayed. A lot of people thought that it was going to happen based on the showing at E3, and it was just kind of like, here's some single player footage. It didn't look nearly as tremendous as when they first showed off stuff like a few years ago. So it's gotten delayed. It's now going to be releasing in spring of next year is what they've said, spring 2018, which basically leaves the Xbox One X completely without any like major titles coming out when it launches in November. I mean, it's got the main third party AAA titles, but no real big exclusives that are coming to it. Which I mean, the PS4 Pro really didn't have as much either, so it's kind of give and take here. That nothing really came out with it at the time. At least, if memory serves me correct, maybe it didn't. I'm just missing that completely. I know PSVR was a big selling point, but that was in addition to the Pro. It wasn't like Pro gets VR. It was Pro. You have to have Pro to have VR. It was two completely separate things, and the bundles were kind of expensive. But anyways, that's kind of where we're standing right now. Speaking of the Xbox One X, the I don't know why I'm forgetting his name right now. Phil Spencer, there it is, head of Xbox, said in a tweet in a response to a fan asking him a question about more info about the Xbox One X, said to look forward to a major announcement soon. And he made that like on Wednesday, and on Thursday he followed up by saying, we're going to make some more information about this during Gamescom. Now, Gamescom is a major conference, games conference that happens in, I believe, Germany. Please, I believe I'm right there. I hope I am. And it happens every year. It's a major conference, kind of like E3, but way more focus on the games. And and so we should see some more major announcements come out of that. So it is this weekend. Tune in if you can't. Just look it up, Gamescom. I'll put some links down below. I can't remember exactly where we'll be able to see it. I don't know if there are actually any live streams because it's not nearly as big a deal as E3 is, although a lot of really cool stuff does come out of Gamescom. So next story we're going to talk about is that there were rumors, or we saw some kind of not real leaks or something like that, but basically it's been teased. Okami HD, the like a high definition version of Okami the game, might be coming to PS4 and Xbox One this Christmas, which is awesome. I didn't get a chance to play Okami when it first came out. I'm really excited to see this come out, especially for Xbox One because Okami was a PlayStation exclusive back in the day. So I'm all for getting more content across the whole spectrum of gaming. So last couple of stories here is that No Man's Sky got a massive update. It's 1 year past a little bit. We're a little bit past that. I think it's like 1 year and a month at this point. That No Man's Sky came out, was pretty heavily ridiculed for what was promised. Apparently, this most recent update, I think it was called like Atlas Rise or Atlas Rises or something like that, introduced a big story campaign, a lot more upgrades, a lot more stuff all across the realm of the game, and it's people are overwhelmingly responded saying this is positive, like this is what we were expecting, this is what we want. So hopefully that leads to more developments from No Man's Sky and from Hello Games, so we can see more of what they tried to promise and just overpromise, and hopefully that it turns out that No Man's Sky is a game that kind of turns around like Destiny, where the vanilla game wasn't great, it was all right, but over time became this thing that just became awesome. So kudos to them for working on it, and hopefully it gets better and better as time goes on. Last story I want to talk about is that y'all know I love Warframe. Warframe is an awesome game and it's free, so go play it if you haven't. The thing I want to talk to you about isn't just Warframe, it's actually their developer, Digital Extremes. Digital Extremes has actually teased and now has announced a new game they're coming out with, and of course it's free to play. It will be free to play. It's going to be called The Amazing Eternals. It is a first-person shooter, hero shooter, but with a twist on it. It's basically, I saw one reviewer, not reviewer, kind of previewer, I guess. One comment said that it's like Hearthstone and Overwatch had a baby. So you basically make a deck of cards, and you have these different cards. And other games have kind of done this. Titanfall kind of did this with their burn cards. Paladins kind of does this with its pre-roll stuff, like its card setups that you do for players getting into stuff. But these cards are basically like, it's a bunch of different things. I didn't really get a chance to kind of delve into exactly what they will be. They didn't really show us too much in their trailer, but you have, you know, a whole wide selection of heroes. Then these decks of cards you basically organize and put together, and that's how you will progress through your progression. Progress through your progression, really? Well, how you progress through your game and everything as you're playing. So that big MOBA element there, plus the Hearthstone kind of element of having a deck put together and organized how you want it to be organized. So it looks really interesting, really kind of wonky. I don't know. It's from Digital Extreme, so it's probably going to be complicated. Like, you're going to be able to, like, once you get into it, you're going to have to really get down deep into it. So it looks real fun. I'm excited to try it out. They are doing a Founders Pack like they did with Warframe, so you can get like access to it and sign up for their beta and some other stuff, and pay for more stuff to try and kind of help them get things going before they can turn it over to everybody else for free to play. So anyways, that's going to do it for this week. I really appreciate you tuning in. I have actually been streaming a couple of times with over the past week or so, doing a cooking stream because I subscribe to Blue Apron. So I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just really like learning how to cook because I can't cook for shit. So anyways, I hope to see you over there. If not, then just check me out here. I do put those cooking shows over here, so maybe check one out one day. They're usually about an hour or so long. So anyways, thanks so much for tuning in today. If you're new here, why don't you hit that like button, maybe even hit that subscribe button, join the Metal Militia, be a metalhead today. If you didn't like anything that I said today, if you already knew everything, hit the dislike button. Tell me what I'm doing wrong and tell me if I should fix anything. I really just like doing these. They're just a lot of fun to kind of organize and put together and do. So I just like the news. I'll catch y'all later. It was a blast. So I'll see y'all next time.